The man who was under the influence when he struck an SUV, killing a teenager, officially received his sentence as part of a plea deal. He faced the family of the girl he killed. They believe he should have spent more time, far more time, in prison. Fox 4's David Centendry has the story.
Brooklyn was more than just a little sister. She was my best friend, my safe place, my heart, and now she's my greatest loss.
Aubrey Moran face-to-face with Jeremy Spencer, the man who was intoxicated when he caused the crash which killed her 13-year-old sister, Brooklyn Moran, in 2022. Aubrey says home will never be the same.
I couldn't bring myself to go home. How could I? Brooklyn's room was just across the hall from mine, and the thought of walking past it, knowing she would never be in there again, was unbearable.
Spencer crossed a center line on Castle Drive in Garland. His truck crashed head-on into Moran's family's SUV. Garland Police Department says drug use contributed to the crash. Spencer tested positive for at least cocaine and methamphetamine. According to an arrest warrant, Spencer admitted to being an alcoholic, but told police on scene he only had half a beer that day. Brooklyn's friend, who was seriously injured in the crash, forgives Spencer.
Forgiveness is a lot easier than forgetting. I will never be able to forget September 9, 2022.
Brooklyn's mother, Brittany, was driving. The crash put her in a coma for 4 days.
One of the hardest moments of my life, however, was when my mother finally became coherent enough to understand what had happened. Telling her that Brooklyn was gone felt like ripping the last pieces of my heart apart.
You took out a very good gem in this world. She was one of the really, really good ones.
Medics took Brittany to her daughter's funeral.
I'll never be able to talk to her. I didn't even get a proper goodbye to her.
Spencer is sentenced to 17 years in prison. He'll be eligible for parole in 5 years.
He has been given a slap on the hand, and we've been given a life sentence.
Moran's family expressed disappointment in the plea deal.
The DA did this without our permission.
The Dallas County District Attorney's Office says there are risks of going to trial, as the range of punishment for intoxication manslaughter is a minimum of 2 years in prison to a maximum of 20 years. A jury could have sentenced him to significantly less than the 17 years he has received.
How to be a better person.
The judge asked Spencer, who did not have a license at the time of the crash because of a previous DWI conviction, to take time in prison to think of the consequences of his actions. Brooklyn's father echoed that request.
I don't want Brooklyn to die in vain. He needs to change his life, and I'm really serious about that. I want him to become a new person.
Brooklyn's family says she was an honor roll student, accomplished soccer player, and steadfast in her faith. They sent Fox 4 video of her honor walk before her organs were donated.
She did save at least 6 people's lives by donating her organs. One of them happened to be a baby.
Reporting, David Centendry, Fox 4 News.